Do we sleep during the day? Not go to bed, I mean.
You're inattentive for somebody.
No, sir. Do we sleep during the day? The mind is quiet, tired. The brain cells have been active and say, please, I must be quiet, relax, rest, sleep. Or is it a perpetual movement, in which there is an occasional sleep? You follow what I mean? The brain and the mind are going all the time, working, responding, challenging, protecting, you follow? Frightened, aggressive, working. And in the movement of that, the body gets exhausted, the brain cells are weary and say, please, I must go to bed now. Right? But the brain cells and the whole of that is still going on. I should have thought sleep meant the end of that movement, at least for a period. The body says, I've had enough. I'm tired out. Goes to bed. But the brain goes on at a minor key, but still goes on. Dreams, restlessness, all the rest of it. Now, it would be reasonable to say the mind, the brain, and the nervous system is keeping going all the time. And it is only when the brain and the mind are completely quiet that is sleep. I don't know. Huh?
Are you saying then that we don't really sleep as long as we're dreaming and this?
No, sir. No, I'm not saying anything. We're sharing together, sir. I'm not saying anything. I'm not your guru. So, the mind, the brain, and the nervous organism apparently is in constant movement, right? Even though the body says, leave me alone for a while, but it still goes on inside. The brain is working, the mind, I don't know if you have noticed it, before you go to bed, if one is awake a little bit, you go over the day, don't you? You say, I should have done this, I should have done, it tries to put some order. Watch it, sir. It tries to put some order. And the brain needs order, and therefore is going to create order while you're asleep. Which is a form of dream. I don't know if you... So brain cell says, please give me order. Don't perpetually keep in disorder, movement. I don't know if you have experimented with all this. So at the end of the day, consciously one tries to put some kind of order. No? Hasn't it happened? Say, but you've gone over the day and say, I should have done this, I shouldn't have done that, it should have been put this way, I should have written the letter that way. You know, we go through all this. That is to bring about consciously order before going to sleep. And if you don't do it, the brain is going to do it. And when you wake up next morning, you have a little more order, which becomes disorder by all the noise. So, see from this, extraordinary things takes place. The brain demands order. It is going to get it during the day or during the sleep. It must have order. Right, sir? Now, if during the day there is complete order, you follow it, sir. Try it, do it. You'll see great fun out of this. Complete order, which means no effort. You follow? Order. Huh?
Silence.
Yeah. I don't want to use that.
Because the silence can only come if there's order. Otherwise,
I don't want to use.
The continuation of the disorder is the noise which stops the silence.
So, silence, order. All right. During the day, then you sleep. What happens? Right, sir? Right?
It must be complete rest.
Complete?
Complete rest.
Total inaction except of its own.
Complete rest.
No images are built in mind.
But it would seem like it would just be.
Now look, sir, complete rest. A silly mind can be completely at rest. But it will still remain a silly mind. I don't know if you're meeting me. Order. Silence is one of the most difficult things. If during the day that doesn't come about, the brain cell says, please, I must have order. Haven't you? You have a problem, mathematical or psychological problem. You worry for days and days, fuss around, look at it, and the brain has been working at it. It gets very tired, and during the sleep something takes place, and the next morning you wake up and say, I see it very clearly. It has solved it. Right? Haven't it? How? How does this happen? It's so simple, so there's no mystery about it. During the day, you're worried like a dog with a bone, and at the end of the day, the brain says, I've had enough, tired. There is a moment of complete relaxation, rest. Then at that moment, you see things differently. So. Now, I shall go on this, please. You must. If you don't share it, I have no fun in this.
At night, you're not making the effort. The effort in the daytime causes a lot of the problem. And at night, you're not making the effort, so you can get order.
Yes. Therefore, so that we are saying the same thing. During the day, effort, contradiction produces disorder. At night there is a certain relaxation which brings about order, which again is destroyed the next day. And so this game goes on and on and on and on. And now, during the day there is order, no effort, all the rest of it. I don't know if you do it. If you can do this, you will see what happens. Then the brain goes to bed. goes to sleep, what happens? Must it have dreams anymore? And don't say no. It's a guesswork.
Sir, the mind works without anything controlling it at all,
Does it work at all?
just on its own action.
And I said, you
No,
know.
I'm not expressing what I'm trying to say, but cause it's hard to get out. Cause I'm not, but just like things would become very clear as they become very quiet, and this isn't on any action, on anybody making it quiet. There is no person controlling it or making the mind do
So what
anything.
does
It's
that
just
mean, sir?
Things would become very clear, it seems.
During the day you have done it.
During the day,
Yes. During the day you have done all that. You are no longer a slave to propaganda. You follow? You are no longer, all that we've discussed. All during the day you have brought about, your mind has brought about clear order, silence, no in itself during the day by watching, listening. You follow? Attentive during the day. Then at night when it goes to sleep, what happens? The mind is completely at rest, isn't it? The brain cells are washed and made clean, right? Then what happens?
Can you remain alert in your sleep?
Huh?
Can you remain alert in your sleep?
That's what I'm trying to get at. The mind then is awake, not asleep. I don't know if you play with it, sir. That is real awakened attention, which operates during the day. I get it? So sleep, with ordinary sleep, is inattention. And that inattention must produce more chaos in sleep, contradiction, dreams, you follow? Which is expressed during the daytime. The daytime carried over again through sleep. Now, when there is attention during daytime, in the sense we are using the word attention, then sleep is complete attention. Right? I don't know. Then sleep is a state of heightened awakening, heightened, what is the word? Heightened wakefulness. And therefore, that wakeful state in sleep can touch things which during the day it cannot touch. I wonder if you're getting what I'm doing.
He's saying, Mukherjee, that if the brain doesn't have to deal with the residue of the daytime, it is then free, as it were.
That's right.
To be open on some other level or in some other level.
That's right.
Doesn't it?
You see, it's like, oh, it will interest you all this. You see, mystery, we invent a mystery. Right? You follow? And all the mystery of the gods and the, fairy tales and all that is a form of mystery in a life that is completely disorderly. And therefore that mystery is an escape. I don't know if you're... Now, when the mind has put order during the day, has order, the beauty of order, the feeling of order, and silence and no effort. Then when it sleeps, there is this strange attention, which is without motive, without compulsion, without any contradiction, without any duality. You follow? Inattention, attention. It is completely attentive while it is asleep.
What is the mind attending to while it is asleep?
It is not attending to anything. I know, sir, you don't see the beauty of it. Then like water, sir, water is water. Put it into any vase, into anything, it still remains water. The same thing with the mind. We have so destroyed it. Now, go further into it. In that attentive, sleepful state, the mind is uncontaminated, is in a state of complete innocence, in the sense of a mind that is not being able to be hurt. I don't know. And I know this is very important to see this, because innocency is that. The word innocent means that which cannot be hurt.
That which does not know.
Does not know hurt. During the daytime, the mind is either resisting not to be hurt or says, I am not hurt, is still doing all that, and therefore its order is still very limited. I don't know if you're following all this. And there, in sleep, attention is not attentive of something or about something, it is completely awake. Now, shall I go on to? In that state, there is meditation. Is all this Greek? I don't know why not. Why isn't it? No, sir, because it's terribly serious, this. You follow?
It sounds like fun. Can you have it as fun rather than serious?
It's fun, sir. This is the greatest joy in life. All that rest, going to cinema, sex, and everything else becomes secondary. Because this, you see, you touch something which is untouchable by a mind that is observing itself as it were in a mirror. There is nothing to observe. So to discover that,
is it that in the day your mind has an identity and at night it has not?
yeah, during the day there is the me, which is trying to put order in the disorder which it has created. Therefore, its order is still disorder. Until that is put in order, in the sense of order which is not brought about by thought, but by observation, which went into all that, then there is, when that takes place during the waking hours, order, not a fraction of disorder, which means no effort at all, at any level, at any time. And therefore contradiction, all the rest of it. So, when the mind has when there is order when the wakeful hours, and when the body, when there is sleep, the mind then is attentive, because it is so empty, it is attentive. And in that attention, it can touch, move, or something which here it cannot do. Therefore, sleep is important. I wonder if
Could you go on with, you touched on mystery, could you go on with that?
mystery. This is mystery. What are you talking about?
There was something else you touched on.
This is the greatest mystery.
What then is the difference between the empty mind in sleep and the empty mind in wakefulness? Is it that the empty
Sir,
mind in sleep
have
is
you ever
different?
closed your eyes and sat very quiet, or lay very quiet, having nothing to look at, not even your thought? Have you? The mind looking at itself without any movement of thought.
Without objects.
Without that. You know, all this implies, it isn't a game, it isn't an entertainment, it's a tremendous discipline, this. Not discipline of conformity, suppression, obedience, somebody tell you to do this, but in itself there is tremendous watchfulness which brings its own order, both physical and psychological. And without that, just to, play around with all the other stuff is no meaning.
The attentiveness of the night that you're describing give us the guide toward the attentiveness of the day.
Yes, sir. That's I don't know, sir, if you know, functioning from a center and functioning without a center. One is creative, one is not. What is the time, sir?
25 to 1.
Isn't it time enough? Huh? Because one could go on talking about this. It's really quite, I can't tell you how extraordinarily fascinating it is. And therefore tremendous joy in this, which is nothing to do with pleasure. Oh God, yes, nothing to do with pleasure.